May 21st, 2015, from the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. It was Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals between the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors in the 2015 NBA playoffs. And what a game this was. Steph Curry was going off. He showed in this game why he is the MVP. In the first quarter, Steph Curry hit 4 3-pointers, and after one, it was 36-28, Golden State in the lead. The Warriors actually, in the last 30 seconds of the first quarter, started a run that would go into the second quarter. There was a 12-0 run, and it ended up turning into a 17-4 run. So going back and over like a 3.5 minute stretch, the first 30 seconds in the first quarter into the first 3 minutes of the second quarter was like a 12-0 run, and if you take it in another minute or so, it's a 17-4 run. At that point, it was 49-32. But then Houston would end up going on an 18-6 run when they were down by 12 points to tie the game at 55 apiece going into halftime. So it looked like it was all Warriors early on in the first quarter and in the first half. But then in the second quarter, closing out, the Houston Rockets come up big, and they ended up tying up the game. So going to the locker room, it was anyone's game. Then in the third quarter, Houston would take the lead early on, but the Warriors came right back, taking the lead. And although the Rockets would tie up the game at 71, Draymond Green converted an and one, and the Warriors would close the third with the lead. And 3.5 minutes later, the score was 77-75 as the runner-up to the MVP, James Harden, kept the Rockets close. So the Warriors got strong bench play early in the fourth from Iguodala and Livingston, and then the Rockets refused to go away and kept the game within 6 points for the most part in the fourth, but fell behind by 8 twice, including when Steph Curry hit a 21-footer with just about a minute and a half left to make it 98-90. James Harden then drew a foul and hit both buckets to bring it back to a 6-point game with the score 98-92. Then Corey Brewer picked up a foul on Draymond Green when he was setting a pick for the MVP. Steph Curry hit the tray, but it didn't count because the foul came before the shot. So Draymond Green, with that screen, he goes to the line as Brewer kind of like just pulled him down to the ground as he was falling down. And Draymond Green, he missed the first free throw. He made the second, and it was 99-92. James Harden then made it a 5-point game, hitting a 2-point shot, and it was 99-94. And then Harrison Barnes missed a 3-pointer, and Dwight Howard grabbed the rebound. James Harden then charged the lane, but Draymond Green got called for the foul. Harden was traveling on the play. He took at least 3 steps. He had the ball cuffed under his arm like he was a running back. He looked like he was DeMarco Murray running through the line, but they called the foul on Draymond Green. So James Harden goes to the free throw line, and he ended up hitting both buckets. Now it's a 3-point game, 99-96. The Rockets have been playing press defense for a while, and it worked out here as they forced a turnover due to a half-court violation. Harden then drove the lane and put up an errant shot, but Dwight Howard made it look like a textbook alley-oop as he threw it down, and now it was a 1-point game at 99-98. So it had been an 8-point game with a minute and a half left, and now it was a 1-point game. Harrison Barnes then drove to the rim from the corner, like a corner 3 spot, and he drove down just a straight line to the rim. He put the ball on the glass for the layup, but it didn't fall, and James Harden came down with the ball in his hands. Time was running out. There was only 6 seconds left on the clock and counting. He crossed half court with about 4 seconds left. Then he tried to make a move around the top of the perimeter, around the 3-point line, and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson were there on defense to shut down Harden, and they took the ball as time expired, and the Warriors hold on to win by 1 point. This was crazy. Final score 99-98, Warriors over the Rockets. And what a crazy finish. What a crazy game. The Warriors looked like they were taking this one in the first, just going off. But then the Rockets come back at the end of the first half in the second quarter, tie it up. Then in the third, it was pretty tight. In the fourth, though, the Warriors looked like they were closing it out. But then the Rockets just refused to go away. They refused to quit. They play a full 48 minutes. And this one came down to the wire. And it looked like it was just going to fall out of the Warriors' hands. But Steph Curry, the MVP, was there on defense with his dynamic duo partner, Klay Thompson. And they were right there for James Harden as the runner-up was coming down the court. The runner-up to the MVP was coming down the court right to the MVP, and they clashed, they collided. It was epic. This is just like a memorable, historic moment right here. I was just like, wow, this is amazing. What a great moment for Steph Curry right there to take the ball from James Harden. It just showed right there he deserves the MVP. We already knew he deserved it, but that right there just was an amazing moment. Coming up big on defense. That was awesome. And earlier, the foul on the pick is Draymond Green ended up going to the line, and Corey Brewer just pulled, Draymond Green down. At that point, Steph Curry hit that three-pointer. They would have had 2 more points. They would have been up by 3 when Harden was coming down, at the last moment. They would have had 2 more points if they would have counted that 3. But so if you lose on a screen, then you can just pull the guy down, and then he'll end up having to shoot the free throw instead of counting the three-pointer. Because that's what the Warriors do, is they set a lot of screens to open up threes, because Steph Curry is one of the best shooters in the NBA off the dribble. So he's coming off the dribble off of the screen, and then since Corey Brewer just pulled Draymond Green down on the ground, they're like, oh, okay, you're going to the line, and now the 3 don't count. I understand that it happened before the shot, but now what was so that the strategy? Hey, whenever they set a screen, just pull the guy down, and then, he won't get the 3, and at least it'll just be a 2-point play. All right, so that's how it is. But in this game, let's look at the stat lines. In Steph Curry, he had 33 points as 4 of the 5 starters for the Warriors scored in double digits. James Harden led the game in scoring with 38 points. 3 of the 5 starters for the Rockets scored double digits, and Terrence Jones came off the bench for double digits, and both Harden and Dwight Howard had double-doubles. James Harden was just 1 assist shy of a triple-double. But for the Warriors, it said Steph Curry, 33 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. Klay Thompson had 13 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal. Andrew Bogut had 14 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 blocks. So he was just 2 boards shy of a double-double. Draymond Green was also 2 boards shy of a double-double with 12 points, 8 boards, 7 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. So 2 more boards, 3 more assists. Draymond Green would have had a triple-double. Harrison Barnes had 7 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. And off the bench, Shaun Livingston had 8 points, 4 boards. He was 4 for 4 from the field. So he was very, very reliable as he hit every shot he took. So did Andre Iguodala. He was 2 for 2 from the field and 2 for 2 from the line as he had 6 points, and he also had 2 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals as he was giving some solid minutes, getting some good assists, facilitating some points. So those 6 assists, that's another 12 points. So he was responsible for 18 points just right there from what he put in and from his assists for Iguodala. Also Barbosa with 4 points, 3 assists, and a steal. And Ezeli had 2 points, 6 rebounds, and a block as he was a nice presence in the paint. Although he wasn't on the court that much, he put in 12 minutes though, so it's a nice little contribution from him. So the Warriors had pretty good numbers there. Of course, Barnes and Draymond Green were kind of struggling from the field as they were below, Green was just 33% and Barnes below 50%, 33 for 8. But Bogut, of course, 7 for 9. Of course, he's taking those, low percentage shots, low shots because 7 for 9 right there underneath, in the paint and everything. But Curry, 13 for 21. Thomas, 6 for 15. Curry was 5 for 11 from three-point land. For the Rockets, James Harden, 38 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 steals, and a block. Dwight Howard also had a double-double, 19 points, 17 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. And Josh Smith, he had 10 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and a steal. Jason Terry, 9 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists. Trevor Ariza, 7.6 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. Terrence Jones off the bench, 12 points, 2 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. And Corey Brewer, 3 points and 1 assist. Brewer just 1 for 5 from the field. Josh Smith was 5 for 17 from the field, 0 for 3 from three-point land as he was struggling to get it in the hoop. That was the thing. Brewer and Smith, they weren't really hitting their shots, and that was kind of the difference for the Rockets. Of course, they were struggling from beyond the arch, hitting just 30.4%, which is okay, but it's not really the best. Of course, the Warriors, they were actually not really hitting them from three-point land so much. Yes, Curry was 5 for 11, but overall they were 8 for 24. They only hit 33.3%. And usually the Warriors, if they hit 10 three-pointers, then they win. But they were able to get the win here even without reaching that. They're actually undefeated in the playoffs when they hit 10 or more, but they only got 8 and they still managed to win. They're actually hitting them from the field. They were doing really good at that. They actually 53.2 from the field, very impressive. The Rockets actually doing all right from the field too, 46.4% from the field. And from the free throw line, the Rockets got there more. They made as many as the Warriors attempted, as the Warriors were 9 for 13 and the Rockets were 13 for 19. So both there in the high 60s, 69.2 for the Warriors, 68.4 for the Rockets from the foul line. And on the rebounds, they both had 39 rebounds, so they're tied up on the boards. The Rockets had more offensive boards, getting those second chances, and the Warriors had more defensive boards, so they're getting the ball back. And then on the assists, the Warriors, they're moving the ball really good. They had a lot more assists, 31 to 20, so they're definitely facilitating, good ball movement and good scoring there. And then that's also why they're having such high percentage shooting, is when they get that good ball movement. The Rockets did have more steals, 10 to 7, but the Warriors had more blocks, 8 to 5, which usually you would think it would be the Rockets with more blocks with Dwight Howard, but Bogut just went off, 5 blocks for Bogut. So, and Howard only had 1 block in this game. Of course, Terrence Jones off the bench had 3 blocks for the Rockets, but Bogut going off with those 5 blocks. And of course, they're getting some, good performances off the bench from the Warriors too, from Iguodala, even Ezeli under the, in the paint under the rim with those boards. And Livingston, he continues to really perform when they need him. Not putting up a lot of minutes, but when he gets in there, the guy's on fire and he's making huge contributions. So good performance by the Warriors. A really hard-fought victory. It was just a 1-point game. It was just crazy. Worth staying up to watch for sure. And one that, hey, you want to DVR this one, watch it over. I'll tell you what. Or watch the replay. Set your DVR for the replay. They play this thing in the middle of the night, so you can always catch it on the replay as well. But it was a really good game, and the Warriors are up now 2-0, and the Rockets got to think, man, if we couldn't win this one, what game are we going to win? They've not beaten the Warriors all season long. They lost all 4 games in the regular season. Now they're down 2-0. Of course, it's going back to Houston for Game 3, so we shall see what happens there. And the Rockets, they did, prove in that last series against the Clippers when they were down 3-1. They came back. They're only the 9th team to come back down 3-1, and they were down 19 points in that Game 6. So they know that if they don't quit, anything's possible. But against the Warriors, I think Steph Curry's just too unstoppable. But we'll see what happens moving on in the series. But as for now, Warriors are up 2-0, and the final score in Game 2, Golden State 99, Houston 98.